My name is Rebecca Wolf. For those of you that don't know me, if you don't know me, I don't know why you're here, but I'm stoked, so don't leave. You're gonna get to know me pretty well, so I get really weird. I'm gonna flat out say it. You gotta bear with me. I get super weird. You just gotta go with it, roll with it. I don't know. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm 17. I'm a junior at Hood River Valley High School. We're in this building right now. I go to high school. That sucks. You know, when you go to high school, you're just setting yourself up to have an awful day. I mean, think about it. You go to bed 5 nights out of the week knowing an awful noise is going to wake you up way, way earlier than you would ever imagine moving. That's awful. And then you have to get up. Like, you have to physically move your body. So you gotta, roll out of bed. You roll out of bed and you just, reach for the nearest pair of pants and you spend the next 15 minutes, wiggling your arms into them. You're in this, awkward position, and then you realize you usually one of two things. You're stuck, or arms don't go in pants. So when you figure out how to get dressed, you stumble into the bathroom and you're like, am I late? Oh, wait, no, makeup. Okay, I'm going to set the mic in here. So you grab the mascara or whatever, and you do the thing, and you put it on, or your eyebrows or whatever, and then you run out the door. I don't wear shoes. I don't wear anything usually. I get in trouble for that, but I don't care. So you run out the door and you get into some kind of vehicle usually. Maybe you walk. I don't care. It's cold. I don't care what kind of vehicle. You're in a car. You're in a bus. You're in a boat. You're riding on a train. You're teleporting. It's freezing. I don't care what kind of season it is. It doesn't matter. It's so cold. So obviously you go back inside to get your snowsuit. It's May. Have you ever worn a snowsuit to school? Don't ever wear a snowsuit to school. You wear a snowsuit to school one time, everyone just looks at you like you killed their whole family. They just, oh my God, what is that? Oh. Either that or you just have nasty shit just all over your body. Oh no. Oh God. They look at you like you smell. I mean, I smell usually, so there's that. But, I don't know. So I'm looking around. Why is everyone giving me this look? I thought I looked pretty fashionable. I even asked my imaginary friend. I'm like, dude, why is everybody looking at me like this? I don't have any friends. And she's trying to tell me, it's May. Are you wearing a snowsuit? Why are you wearing that? What are you doing? But I'm not even listening. I'm just mad because everybody's looking at me like this. And I'm like, okay, well, shoot. Try to blend in. You can't blend in a snowsuit, okay? It doesn't work. Tried it multiple times. It's fine until you see the guy that you like, and then you're like, shit. I do this thing where I nervously rub my eyebrows. So I'm sitting there like, no, he can see me. God dang it. Oh, I'm a Sasquatch. No. And then I look down, I'm like, did I put freaking mascara on my goddamn eyebrows again? Are you kidding me? Again? So you go to school. How long is school? 7 hours? That's so long. Do you know what you do for 7 hours? You sit. That's all you do. One of my favorite classes this year was health because you get to get up and you go outside. Everyone's like, oh my God, the light. Oh, it burns. No. Oh no. And everyone's hunched over and you can't really move. And everybody's pants are so tight because they don't make loose pants anymore and it sucks. So you're just like, God damn it. Oh. So I really liked health. God, your laughing is distracting me. So yeah. You walk around, you go outside, and then you sit for 7 more hours. God, I'm going to be a senior. Wow, I'm going to be a senior. I remember being a freshman. I mean, you walk into school. Oh, wow. There's a lot of people in here. And they all look so skinny and preppy. I'm wearing sweatpants. I didn't know I was supposed to have a backpack. I just have like a hobo stick and like a brown hemp sack hanging off the end. Oh God, really nervous. You got to get your picture taken. I'm like, This is going to be fun, right? I mean, I'm from White Salmon, and the size of my class here is bigger than the high school there. So I walk in, I'm like, I've never seen this many people in my life. Oh my God, it's insane. And then there's freshmen. I don't understand you, freshmen. Raise your hand if you're a freshman. Okay, I'm about to call you out, so just be ready. Why do you do that thing where you stand in a giant mass in the middle of the hall? There's approximately 1,500 people in the school during a school day, right? Including the staff and all the awful kids that go here. I'm just kidding. I'm kind of kidding. And you're standing in a fat clump in the middle of the hall, and I can't move, and I have places to be. It takes me 20 minutes to get from here, which is where all my classes are, to like the one other class I have a day somewhere far away, and I walk like this because it's school, and why would you walk like that? And you can't get through anyone, you're just like moshing constantly. It's awful. Move! Get out of the way! And then there's people that might be freshmen, might be seniors, might be like 25, I don't even know. That just like do it right there. What do you? I'm not even kidding. I saw. Stop. This is like painful for me to tell you. One wasn't wearing any pants at all. The other pants, I think, were touching them. I don't really know. Just laying. Is this vertically? This is vertical. Okay, laying vertically. No, horizontal. I haven't taken a math class since I was 2, so I don't know how to do anything. So they're laying horizontally, or maybe vertically up against the wall, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, well, I've never watched porn until now, and this is live. This is live porn, and I'm in school. And then they dress code people, and I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Your priorities are really off, I feel like. This isn't right. Whatever. I mean, at least Miss Euler's like, have a condom. Just throwing them. I don't know. That's what I would do. So yeah, that's school pretty much for you, 8 hours of that a day. And then it's 3:05 and the bell rings and you're like, yes, I get to go home. Oh, wait a minute. No, I don't. I don't get to go home. Because I have after-school activities. Raise your hand if you have an after-school activity. Raise your hand if you did after-school activities in high school. I can't actually see any of your hands. I don't know why I'm doing this. The light is so bright, it burns my eyes. Yeah, so I don't do sports. I don't know, is that how you say it? I don't do that. I did at one point in my life, believe it or not. I'm scared to tell you about it. I don't feel like we know each other well enough yet. Honestly, it gets kind of weird. So I go to rehearsal, and rehearsal's good. I love rehearsal. I do it because I love it. Yeah, theater kids, woo. We're pretty fun. I mean, it's cool. You get to have like an orgy or whatever. Theater's so weird. I would try to describe the class to you, but your brain would explode. There's no way. It's so weird. Thinking about it gives me a headache. Okay, so I have rehearsal, but I used to play sports, and I think I'm going to tell you about that. So this is really hard for me. I go to Walmart one day, and I'm wearing a pair of shorts and a sweater with a basketball on it. Have you ever seen the People of Walmart videos? If you haven't, it doesn't matter. If you've just gone to Walmart, you know what I'm talking about. The people, what they wear, what they're not wearing, what they should really be wearing, I don't know. And I walk in, I'm wearing like shorts and a sweater, it just has a basketball on it, and people are like, giving me the snowsuit look again. I'm like, lady, you're not even wearing a shirt. Why are you looking at me like that? Like they somehow know I got cut from every basketball team I ever tried out for. How do you know that? Like even the teams that weren't supposed to cut people. They're like, oh, sorry, like I don't feel like it's for you. I'm like, you just emailed my mom saying, there aren't enough people signed up in the league. We want to really keep this going, If your kid wants to do basketball, like sign him up. And my mom's like, you need the exercise. I'm like, well, I can't argue with that. So I did basketball, and they cut me for like 3 of the teams, and they weren't supposed to, but I didn't care. And then one year I actually made the team. And this was fine, because you need a bench warmer, right? Every team needs a bench warmer. And I wasn't even really a bench warmer. I was like bench warmer times a million better. I was the bench liver. I lived on the bench. Yes, I made it my home. I would take everyone's jerseys and like extra shit and their duffel bags and their shoes and make forts. And I would just like play some solitaire in there, and like I'd root. I'd be like, yeah, go Team Rose. I'm a great cheerleader, really. I would do cheer if I would never do cheer. Never do. But so I'm chilling in my little like fort cave thing, bench, whatever, playing my solitaire. I'd hand people their water bottles, tap them on the butt. Good job, yeah, go, woo. And then one day, everyone got injured. Yeah, uh-oh is right. You are right. You are so right. So the coach was like, all right, well, if you're going in, I'm like, what do you mean? I'm already in my thing. What do you mean? Going in where? He's like, in the game. I'm like, you should be a comedian. You're so funny. Honestly, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. He's like, no, you're going into the game. And coaches, if you have a coach, if you ever had a coach, any kind of director, any kind of parent, they're scary. They're so freaking scary. So he's like, you're going in. I'm like, okay. So I go in, and the first half is fine. It's just me nodding. The team would run down, and they'd score a touchdown or whatever that is. And I'd be like, yeah, woo, go, that's awesome, yes. And then the opposing team would run down and they'd shoot a goal or something, and I'd be like, no, that's bad, that's not good, right? And I make sure everyone's like looks pissed off. I'm like, yeah, no, bad, not good. Stop. Delaney, you're so distracting. So that was fine, for the first half, and then I have the ball in my hands. I don't know this, apparently, but just remember that I have the ball in my hands. And I hear this distant noise. It's like, run, go. I'm like, what is that? Is there a bird outside? Oh, it's a beautiful day. Just kind of spacing out because I'm not paying attention. Why would I do that? And I look over because I'm like trying to figure out what's going on because it's just getting louder. It's like, run, move, run. And I'm like, okay, what is going on? What is this word? And I look around, and my teammates are all going like this. I'm like, I don't know what that means. What are you doing? How am I supposed to? Okay, so you're not helpful. I look at the coach, and there's a coach face, right? So there's like the stern, like, stop fooling around coach face where they're like, and you're like, okay. And then they're like, get your shit together. And that face is like, and then there's, I can't even imitate it for you. It's like, move, the run face, the face that my coach was making at me. And it's like, I can't make it. I can't do it accurately. I've never been a coach, but it's so scary. And I'm like, okay, obviously something's going on. So he's like, run. And I'm like, run? Is that how you pronounce it? What does that mean? Can you use it in a sentence? Spell it out for me. It's the 3-letter word. I should probably be able to spell it. But I'm sorry, that's not in my vocabulary. I don't know what that means. He's like, oh my God, Wolf. Points up to this sign, and it says running, and there's like this bitch, and she's like, yeah, you're skinny, go you, whatever. Ugh. And so I'm like, oh, I know what that is. I don't do that. And the coach is like, what do you mean you don't do that? I'm like, I'm not physically capable of doing that. That's like asking a fish to like fly. I don't know. And then I can't even tell you, he was just like, run. And it made me run. I mean, I was scared, so I just take off. And then pretty soon I hear this beep, beep, the whistle, I'd whistle for you, but I can't. One of the skills I was not born with. So I hear this whistle, and I'm like, what now? Are you joking? What? You just made me run. I've never run before in my life, and you're going to stop me? And he's like, travel. And I'm like, travel? Where are we going? Are you taking me somewhere? And he's like, no, you're traveling. I'm like, do you see a plane ticket in my hand? I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here. I'm not going to go anywhere looking like, do you see these shorts on me? They do not look good. It's not, I don't even want to tell you about my body in middle school. It was just a bad time. It was a bad time for everyone, so, I'm like, do you see a plane ticket in my hand? I'm not going anywhere. He's like, no, traveling, like you're running with the ball in your hands. What else are you supposed to do? Run with the ball, like, attached to your back or something? Or, like, on your feet? What? He's like, no, you have to dribble. I'm like, dribble? What does that mean? I quit. So I just threw the ball. I was like, I'm done. Walked out. I was like, peace. I don't know your fancy lingo. It's not, I don't get it. So I quit. That was the last time I played sports. I was probably like 11 or something. God. Ooh, okay, it's over. It's over. That was the worst part. So yeah, after school activities, those are fun. So I go to rehearsal, and some of you guys go to sports, I'm sure. Sorry, no offense. You go to sports, go to rehearsal, and then you're like, I get to go home. Yay, it's only like 5:36, not bad. No, you are wrong again, Rebecca. You get to go to work now. How many people here? I know. Oh, God. How many people have a job? All the parents are like, God, Jesus, work. No, don't even talk to me about work. That's how I feel too when I've been working for like 3 months. And I work like part-time for like 4 hours maximum. And it's awful. So I love it. I got this job. I'm scared to tell you where, because you can't leave this room. You all have to just promise me right now, you're not going to go to my boss, because I will. There's no way I will not get fired if you tell them what I'm about to tell you. So I got this job. I'm not going to tell you where. It's on 6th Street. And I printed out 10 resumes and was like, okay, I need to make money because my gas light has been on for 10 days. Shh, don't tell my dad. He's going to be mad. He's out in the audience. That's embarrassing. I really need some money. So I'm like, restaurants, food. I love food. I love food so much. There's no way this can be bad. So I just go to a bunch of different restaurants. And I got a job at 6th Street. And they hired me as a hostess and a busser, but I don't know why they call it that. They should call it professional stalker, or professional ketchup bottle filler-upper, or professional table setter / clearer. I'll tell you why I think stalker is the first one, because you walk around like this. Checking everybody out, because you got to make sure. I should take this with me. You got to make sure everybody's water is filled at all times, because if you don't, they're obviously going to die. I mean, duh. So you got to make sure the water's full, and you have to make sure that that if they're done with their plates, you need to get it the hell off the table, or your server is going to be like, why are you giving it in? And it's like a coach, but like times 10. It's awful. So, but it's hard because some people don't eat all their food. Some people don't, I'm going to repeat that. Let it sink in. Some people don't eat all of their food. The food at 6th Street is so freaking good. How can you not finish it? And why wouldn't you want to take it home? Like, ship that shit to Africa. Those kids want it. They want it. They do. It's so good. So I go to, like, clear some plates, do whatever. I'm walking by, being all creepy. It's the worst thing when they catch you. When you make eye contact and you're just like, what? Someone's calling my name? Oh, yeah, I'll be right there. Or you just, like, try to play it off. I'm not very good at that. So you stalk them, and it's super weird. You overhear some pretty weird conversations. I don't really shave my body. I mean, I do. It's a rare thing. I'm not going to lie. I told you you're going to get to know me, and it's going to be weird, so don't make that noise. Okay? It's hair. You all have hair on your head, except for, like, the 3 bald guys I see out there. Dad, you are one of them. Yes, I can see it. The spotlight's glimmering off your scalp. It's beautiful. Hair's a beautiful thing, and I'm not going to go into that right now because you don't want this place to burn down. So I walk out on the patio, and there's just a table full of people. There's a dude and a girl, and then a dude right here. And the dude's not facing me, and these other 2 are. And they're talking and, like, being not overly loud, just fine, So I'm going to drink some water. How do you screw that up? That's what I want to know. I'm so sorry. I need to burp. Okay. Woo, so what was I saying? Food at 6th Street. Oh, yes. So there's people out on the table, and they're being, fine, laughing, whatever, and I walk out, and they just crickets, literally crickets, and I'm like, what? These people must be talking about me, because, what? And I'm pretty sure I overheard the word body hair. So I'm like, okay, yeah, these people are for sure talking about me. Because I wear skirts and stuff, and the ankle hair just kind of pokes out. And I'm like, embrace it, but nobody does, so, except for me. And the boyfriend that I do not have. Yes, that is an ad, all of you that are single. I'm not kidding, I'm really not kidding. So they're just so quiet, and I'm like, you know me, I'm not gonna not say something. So I'm like, what? And they're like, nothing. I'm like, what? Tell me, I want to know. They're like, no, we can't tell you. You can tell me. You're in my restaurant, dude. I don't own it, but I own it. You're gonna tell me. And they're like, no, it's gross. And I'm like, wow, thanks. Geez, it's not that gross. Everyone ever only makes it naturally. My bad. And, I'm kind of getting a little butthurt because I think they're talking about me. And finally, there's these two guys, the dude and the girl, and they've been talking to me the whole time. And the dude not facing me, and he hasn't said anything. He won't even look at me. I just see the back of his head. And finally, he turns around, and he goes, should I get my butthole waxed? And I was like, you weren't talking about me. You actually weren't talking about me. Wow, this is a true story. I'm not making this up. I'm being 100% serious. This legitimately happened a week ago, and I had to add it into this. So, and they're like, oh God, and this girl's like, you shouldn't have told her, because I'm sitting there well, this just got personal. But I was relieved they weren't talking about me, and I was like, well, he's like, I don't see why. No one's going to be down there. And I'm like, well, are you gay? Do you mind me asking that? He's like, no, I'm not gay. I'm like, then no, you're fine. There's no point. And the girl's like, no, I think he should do it. And she's just trying to argue with me. I'm like, dude, whatever, lady. So that was fine. And I walk out. I walk back out, 30 minutes later, and it's always just right at the perfect time. Of course, I hear butthole hair again. I'm like, so I just look at them. I'm like, dude, I'm 17. I go to public high school. You guys are 25. Grow up. I had these really drunk people come in. It's some girl's 21st birthday, I'm guessing. And they're just wasted. Drunk white girls are so funny. And so this girl, the birthday girl, has a tiara on. That's how I can tell. I was stalking him, and he got weirded out, and I don't know why. And so she's talking about stalking this guy, and I'm clearing their table. I'm just kind of snickering what she's saying, and she looks at me, and she's like, "Have you ever stalked a boy?" And I'm not even kidding. That day, I had stalked a dude. Okay. I scaled a cliff. I know. I scaled a cliff and ran through some old lady's yard and threw sticks at his window. He wasn't even home. I had done this just before then. I saw Rue and her girlfriend, and they were like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, stalking a guy. They're like, they're lesbians, so they didn't get it. But so I tell this girl, I'm like, yeah, I actually stalked a guy today. I actually did that. And she's like, go you! And they cheered to me, do a toast. It was so cute. I loved it. So those are the perks of working. There's a lot of things I didn't think about when applying there. I thought, of course, food. Food was the first thing. They don't feed you. Yeah, cry about it for a minute. I'm still doing it every day before work. I'm like, oh, God. It's really sad. They give you bread. And I know now why you can only eat the bread, because you're so busy. You don't have time to eat while you're working. It makes sense. But I didn't know that when I had first started, and I was pissed. You're not going to feed me. I'm not. Why did you think I gave you my resume? What? No. So, you go up to people's tables, and you take their plates, and, are you done with your meal, sir? Are you going to finish that? And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay, I will. So I eat. You're not allowed to do that, apparently. Nobody told me. So the boss calls me in, and she's like, Rebecca, did you read that packet I gave you? I was like, packet? You gave me a packet? And then you expected me to read it? I go to school, lady. I'm not reading your shit. No. And so she's like, what's the number one rule? I'm like, don't come naked. She's like, okay, well, besides that, I'm like, I don't know. She's like, don't eat off the customers' plates. Well, why not? What else would I do with the food that they didn't eat? Am I supposed to? She's like, throw it away. I'm like, what? Throw it away? She's like, no, well, we compost, which is awesome. I love how eco-friendly Sixth Street is, but screw your compost. Eat those fries! What are you doing? Those are so good! Oh, kills me. I really like the people I work with. One of my favorite dudes is the dishwasher, one of the dishwashers. And whoever said you can't communicate with people if you don't speak the same language was wrong. Probably no one said that because there's sign language and stuff, but if you said it, you are wrong, sir. Because he speaks no English and I speak no Spanish. We know a few things. So the thing about Sixth Street is it's a two-story restaurant. Do you want to know a 6-letter word for hell? Stairs. Dude, stairs. S-T-A-I-R-S. It is the worst thing. And you're not just walking upstairs, which is so bad on its own. You're sprinting. You're sprinting up those stairs, up and down those stairs. And you're not just running or sprinting or whatever. You're carrying shit. You're carrying really heavy shit. Like a glass rack that's 11 pounds, which is a lot for me. Or a bus tub that can be 30 pounds, which is actually a lot and really hard on my back. I have enough weight to, I don't need any more on my back. So I always get in fights with the dishwasher about who gets to take the glass racks up. And I come down, and he's like, for you? And I'm like, for you. For you. And he's like, for me? I'm like, for you. And then I walk down, and he's like, for me? And I'm like, for me. And he's like, for you. And I'm like, for me. And I take them upstairs. So we get in fights a lot, but it's pretty fun. They call me Muscles. I'm getting pretty buff, honestly. Yeah. I am. I'm actually getting pretty buff. I canceled my gym membership immediately. I was like, got the job, has stairs, done. Sports club, peace. Our days of me using your sauna are over. I didn't even work out there one time, I swear to God. But whatever. So I need to cancel that if I haven't, because I work out enough at work. So on Monday through Thursday, we close at 9. And then Friday through Saturday, we close at 9 on Sunday too. And then Friday through Saturday, we close 10. That doesn't mean you get to leave at 10. The doors will close, but people will come in at 10, and we can't be no, leave, even though we're all oh my God, get out of here, what are you doing? Even the manager's bitch. Oh. I'm like, Stacy, oh my God. Because they just sit and talk, and people get pretty drunk, and so they just sit and they just laugh and cry and do what drunk people do for hours after the restaurant's closed. So sometimes I don't get to go home until 12. That's the latest I've gotten home from work. That's pretty late, especially when you have homework and that kind of thing. So I got off work one night, and it's 11:30. So by the time I eat the food that I bought from the restaurant and walk to my car, it's 1 in the morning. And it's past curfew. And cops are obviously looking for a reason to pull you over when it's past curfew, because there's drunk drivers, and if you're awake at 1 in the morning, you are a rapist or a drug dealer. You are. There's no way you can't be. So I'm I'm just going to be a really safe driver. I had to go to traffic school recently. Ooh, traffic school has scarred me for life. How many people here have their license? Hey! How many people love driving? It's super fun. They like doing it. You're freaking crazy. Put your hands down. Driving scares the shit out of me. I hate driving. 2 reasons. 1, traffic school. The people at traffic school are insane. They make you look at pictures of people, bodies being ripped in half and decapitated. And I'm not even kidding. In car accidents, and it's just traumatizing. It's awful. And then they make you drive home. Bitch, I drove here. Now I have to drive myself home. I walked. I was like, I'm not getting in that car. There's no way. It was so scary. So that's why I don't think I was a safe driver when I first got my license. I think I'm a much better driver now. I still have a lot to learn, I'm sure. But I feel a lot safer, and I don't take risks and that kind of thing. I'm also always scared to drive because of what's in my car. Don't take that the wrong way. I have 3 parents. I have a mother and a father and a grandmother. I consider them all my parents because they all raised me, and I love them all. And they all smoke. Don't clap. Do not clap. Cigarettes are disgusting. They're awful. They smell so bad. Clap for that. Clap for that. Tobacco's gross. Sorry to call you out on that. No, I'm not. Don't do it. My grandma quit, so yay, Grandma. I hope she sticks with it. So my mom gave me her car, and it just permanently reeks of tobacco, which is a bummer. And it really sucks because that's illegal for me. I mean, there's discarded tobacco wrappers and cigarette boxes everywhere because I don't clean it. I wasn't going to clean the car after she gave it to me. I don't clean anything. Ask anyone that knows me or has ever even looked at me. You could just tell. I don't clean anything ever. That's probably why I'm single. I don't know. Nobody wants to marry me because I won't clean their house. So I didn't clean the car after I got it, and it smells pretty gross, like tobacco, and I'm not 18, so that's illegal. And, all my parents drink. Have a beer after work or a glass of wine with dinner, not an issue at all, until you leave your bottles in my car. It's illegal to drive around with empty bottles in a car, like alcohol bottles that are open, period. Especially when you're not 21, and you're 17, so you're not even an adult. So it's real bad. So I'm driving home from work, and it's past curfew, and I'm like, okay, and I'm going down that street that's 25, by Rosars, and I'm going 21, because I'm I'm going to be a safe driver. And there's no one on the road except for the cop behind me that I don't see, of course. And he pulls me over, and I'm like, I literally went to traffic school the day before for 2 tickets I got the day after each other. I got a ticket, and then I got a ticket the next day. So I see the lights, and I'm like, it's not happening. I'm hallucinating this. It's fine, because it's my worst fear to get another ticket. So I just kind of ignore it, and they don't go away. And I'm like, that's a bad choice. I need to pull over. So I pull over, and I'm like, I mind this for you. Okay, so I pull over. I'm sitting, shaking so bad, just dying. Because I'm scared. There's a wine bottle right there. My car reeks of tobacco. I'm like, okay, this is not going to be good. And my wallet got stolen. This is a true story. I'm serious. This actually happened to me. It didn't get stolen. It was under my bed. Which means it got stolen by the bed monster, obviously. I looked under that bed 5 times. I swear it wasn't there. And then it appeared because everything appears when your mom looks for it. And then she's all like, I thought that you looked under your bed. I'm like, don't sass me. I did, I swear. So I don't have my wallet with me. So he pulls up, and I remember what Miss Euler taught me in health, and that's turn the dome light on and keep your hands where they can see them and that kind of thing. And I'm shaking really bad, and he comes up. He's really nice guy. Hey, do you know why I pulled you over tonight? I'm like, no. I'm not doing anything wrong. But I didn't say that. I was just like, And he's like, you're just driving a little slow. Is everything okay? And I just... What? Are you freaking kidding me? How can they do that? That's screwed up. And I was just like, well, no, everything is not okay. I just got pulled over. What? And he's like, so I'm just like, but I can't even talk. I'm shaking. And he's like, hey, license and registration. I'm like, okay. my license is in my wallet and it was stolen. He's like, what? My license is in my wallet and it was stolen. One more time, please. My wallet got stolen. And I just break down. Like, I was just sobbing. I was like, my wallet got stolen. I lost my license in it. You know? And he's like, okay, do you have your registration? I'm like, probably. Open the glove box. It's not in there. Shit. No, sir. Sorry, I don't. What are you doing in my pocket? Okay. No, sir. Sorry, I don't have it with me. He's like, is this your car? The car's insured under my mom, you know, and her last name is Napolt, and my last name is Wolf. So it looks like I, did Grand Theft Auto. I don't have my license. It's 1 a.m. I'm driving too slow, so I'm obviously faded. And I'm sobbing, so that's sketch too. And he's like, okay, just write down your name. And and I tell him the day I got my license, April 23rd, whatever year it was, I don't remember. Last year. Dude, the math thing. I can't do it. I cannot do it. Don't question me. Delaney, you again. So I'm like, no, I don't have it. And he's like, hey, write down your name. And so I can't write. I'm shaking so bad. I just scribble all over the page. I'm like, okay, I'm going to restart. So I try to write my name. That almost looks eligible. What's the word? Legible. Eligible. Almost looks legible. And he's like, okay, I'll be right back. And the cop's always gone what seems like a year, you know. So I'm just sitting there having a panic attack, and I'm like, okay, well, my parents are going to cut off my face, and then I'm going to have to be a prostitute and to pay off all these freaking tickets I got. And I'm just thinking about the worst case scenarios, and he comes back, he's like, I'm going to give you a week to get your shit together. Because he looks at my record and can see that I just got 2 tickets. And, you know, I wasn't intoxicated. I mean, I'm coming from work. I was obviously scared. I was obviously crying because I didn't want to get another ticket, whatever. And he was really nice. He was like, I'm giving you a week to get your shit together. Get a new license. Get your freaking registration in your car. Because if I pull you over in a week, I'm going to get you on that. I'm like, oh, you saved my life. And I just break down. I try to hug him through the window. I'm like, come here, come on. I appreciate you, sir. You don't even understand how much this means to me. And then I'm like, I need to stop. He probably thinks I'm wasted, honestly. So he drives away, and I just drive home, and he's like, go the speed limit. I'm like, okay. It's 40. I'm 32. I'm driving so slow, and he's behind me the whole way. I'm like, I don't even care. He can't pull. He knows who I am. He can't pull me over again for doing the same thing. So I make it home, and I live with an old person. Have you ever lived with an old person? There are pros and cons to living with anyone. I would rather live alone. I hate people. I hate most people. I moved in with my grandmother when I was 14, so my freshman year, so I can go to school here. And I live here during the week. I see my parents on the weekends. Living with an old person is interesting. They call you at 12:30. I'm like, hello? In class, or it's lunchtime. She's like, Rebecca? Yes, grandmother? She's like, where are you? Your dinner is ready. It's on the table. It's getting cold. Grandma, it's 12:30. It is not time for dinner yet. I just got up, I just woke up officially, so no. She's like, okay, well, I'll be in bed when you get home. Be home by 6. I'm like, Grandma. My grandma's so social. My grandma does book club. Book club's super cool. There's a bunch of old ladies, and they get together, and they read these good books. I don't even know if they really read the good books. I swear book club is just code word for let's get a bunch of old people get together and get faded. My grandma's like, I'm having a book club party. You need to find somewhere to stay the night. I'm like, what? You're having a book club party and you need me to no, I don't even argue because I'm like, okay, cool, sleep over on a school night, fun, you know. But why? That's weird. And I look in the cupboard and she bought 3 bottles of wine. like 2 gallons of Smirnoff. I'm like, Grandma, are you trying to kill every old lady in Hood River? What are you doing? I mean, these people just get... I'm glad I wasn't there, honestly. It's freaky. So yeah, she has book club parties. She does water aerobics. Old people have a nice smell to them. No, they don't. No, they don't. Old people smell so bad. I smell so bad, so I'm used to it, and it's fine. We share a bathroom. Oh, no, that's not good. Sharing a bathroom is not good. And our walls are like made of cardboard. And your hearing in your eyes starts to go when you're older. And so she listens to the TV on like 55 out of like 60 for the volume limit. And I'm like trying to sleep. And she watches sports. And so sports are so loud. And it's like, bang! There's always buzzers going off. I'm like, why? Why is that necessary? Why do you need buzzers? No one cares. God, I hate you. I can't sleep. Yeah, and then, you get home from work and it's like 2 because the cop pulled you over. And your grandma's asleep. And our house is so creaky. I walk in, it's like, I'm like, she's going to wake up. Every step I take is like, next step is like, the next one's like, how do you make these noises, you wooden floors? It's crazy. You're nuts. And then I'm like, oh, I get to start my homework. Yay. Yeah, so I have homework to do, so this is over. So much for coming. Well, shit.
Anarchy in the UK! Ah!
We're all a little hyper. Thank you guys so much for coming. This was so much fun. You were a great audience. I was so scared. Oh my God. I was really, really scared. I woke up like every 2 hours on the hour, like from my heart palpitations, because I would just think about my intro. And I'd be like, God. So, yeah, I was really nervous, and this was super fun, and I kind of want to be a comedian.